Hi folks, I just thought I'd introduce myself a little more. I've been shooting these videos and not really presenting myself or explaining where I come from, my background. I thought I'd go over some of the history of my photography through the years. I've been shooting for over 45 years professionally. I bought my first camera in 1972 and went off to college that year and paid for my entire college bill, one black and white 8x10 at a time. I would buy the film, I'd go out and make my exposures, I'd process the film, I'd print the image and sell it to the school for $10. And I paid my entire school bill that way at $10 a print. But what it taught me to learn to see imagery, things that were printable. So I just developed my eye by doing that. But I got a folder of portfolio of work here through the years that I thought I'd show you some of the things I've done. I did a whole series of postcards. I got this idea in my head that I was going to print postcards, set up the racks, and do a whole postcard business, which I did. I ended up having over 300 racks in place when I sold the business back in the 90s, I guess it was. But here, just to show you some of the cards I did. I did Philadelphia. After I sold my postcard business, my main competitor in the postcard business in this area hired me to produce or design and photograph cards for him. And that was the whole the whole Philadelphia series here. We rented a helicopter in Lancaster, Pennsylvania, and flew it down there early morning to prepare for the sunrise shots. Got there, and the mist and the haze and the fog just was heavy in the area. So we parked the helicopter, went and had breakfast at a restaurant close by, and hoped that the haze would burn off. It never did. So we decided to just use the haze and make it part of the photographic elements, which you'll see here. Here's a picture I shot for Associated Press. It's Governor Thornburg, Hands Across America. It says May 25th, 1986. That's when I was shooting for AP. And, did a lot of work for Milton Hershey School, which is the proceeds from the chocolate go to this school. And did a lot of work for them through the years. But here's a whole postcard series of scripture postcards. I did 40 cards in this series. Took my photography and put scriptures to them and set up postcard distribution nationally with this series. I ended up selling it to another book distributor, but 40 cards in that series. This is my daughter, my wife and my daughter. This goes back into the 70s, I guess. She's 30-something years old right now. She's probably a year and a half in this picture. Here's some Hershey. I did a lot of Hershey Park cards. I had that account for a number of years and did very well with it. Chocolate World did all their cards for a number of years. Gettysburg College, I did a whole series of Gettysburg. This one picture shows the flag flying at half staff. I forget, there's a reason for that. I forget which president. Note the American flag flying at half mast. I said half staff earlier, in honor of President Nixon at the time of his death, April 1994. There you go. That was a fun series. It had old buildings. It was a beautiful day, blue sky, and I got good graphic imagery. I just got on. Sometimes when you're photographing, you just get on a roll, where things are just happening and you're in your sweet spot, photographically speaking, and you can just shoot or come out with one high quality image after another. You just get on a roll, and your creativity is just clicking in the right mode, and you just shoot one good photo after another. That's what this day was like. Why do I keep all this stuff? This is a history of my work through the years. It inspires me. Some of this is good work. Some of it is good photography, and that's the I remember years ago, what's the definition of good architecture? It stands the proof of time. Good artwork will always stand the proof of time if it has good composition, good layout. So some of this isn't. Some of it I could tell is weak photography, but I made a postcard of it anyway. But some of these images I printed twice, and I found out if you just put graphics on the front of these cards, they sell twice as fast. It increased the perceived value of these cards by putting the name of whatever you're photographing on them. But here's 3 Mile Island, my best-selling, all-time best-selling postcard right here. I was asked many times why I got into the postcard business. Postcards gave me a reason to shoot, gave me a reason to go out, interact with the world we live in, and come back with images. Print them up, put them out there in racks, and it was a nice residual income as well. When I was sleeping in here at 2 o'clock in the morning, my postcards were out there on racks making me money. So nice passive income. But when it became, after I got all the racks in place and my business became more of just restocking racks, I really lost interest. I never wanted to be a rack restocker as I was growing up. I wanted to be a photographer. So my passion for the imagery just brought me back to what my strong suit is. My strong suit is the image, and that's where my heart is. That's what gets me out of bed in the morning when it's single-digit temperatures. I'm going to drive an hour in the dark to get down to a covered bridge as the sun's coming up. So, what's your passion? What's your desire? If you've been watching my videos on photography, if photography is what you love and you want to be better at it, get out there and shoot. So that's it, folks. If you like what I'm doing here, you want to see more of it, hit the subscribe button, hit the bell with the parentheses around it. That lets you know when the new submission is up, so you're alerted. Thank you for your support.